Am I live? Is this thing on? Checking battle stations, going to battle position. Phone has the live stream on, and I can see people. And yes, there we go. Now we see this endless stream, the recursive inductive stream of streams. Ah, all right. So hello and welcome to another instance of reasonable coding. If you were here 10 minutes ago, then it will be weird for me to introduce it again, but if you haven't, then my name is Leandro and I'm a software engineer trying to get, I don't know, I honestly have no idea what I'm doing here. But I've been working with Reason for some time, and I've been talking to Koa. Koa Nugan is the creator of this amazing tool called Sketch.sh that lets you interactively in your browser just like sketch ideas and share things around and whatnot. And he's been doing an amazing job at trying to integrate this in the documentation generation tooling that OCaml and Reason have right now with a pull request called embed sketch, which might be failing right now, but it's a testament of his good work, where he explains that, all right, now we can have this embeddable piece of code that you can just throw as a script inside of your web page and then say, hey, look for all the tags that have something in it and then run this piece of code. So essentially the idea will be to take a documentation of something like I go to Reactor because I don't have a lot of documentations in my head that could be useful. But this is a documentation generated with the BSDoc and the ODoc tools for BuckleScript and the OCaml compiler. And you can see here there's a small snippet of code, right? This is literally just a code tag. If my browser doesn't crash on me, you might be able to see, okay, it's too small for me as well. Code, and it has the code in there. It has some weird things that we need to, get rid of, like this highlighting of a PID. But other than that, it's essentially just text that we should be able to get as a full string and turn into a small executable, playground like this example shows us. If we go into here, boom. If we look at the source of this file, you'll see that we only have in the main, we just have the program, I believe. That is the program. Network, let's assume that there is no network. Offline. Refresh. Okay, that's not gonna work. But somewhere around here, if we see all, we should be able to tell that. Oh, okay. We're never gonna see it because the code is actually in the query parse. Ugh. But okay, there you go. This is the test that I wanted to show. Essentially, you have a little bit of HTML in your code somewhere, right? Which if we go into network and refresh the page, then we'll be able to see the exact document that got embedded to begin with, right? It's just a pre with some code in it, right? And then, because this script runs, it automatically gets turned into these iframes. And you can bitch about iframes all you want, but I think they're a perfect tool for this use case. And essentially just makes this be an interactive environment, which is great. We can run and we can even do like modules M or like F, and it will just take some X and return X plus 1. Bam. And then we run it, and then bam, we have the module available, so you can just do M, F, A. Boom. 3. Amazing. But the problem with this is that if we were to use this in a library like Reactor, we'd have to include the whole of the library, right? And if you're using multiple libraries together, as if your library has any dependencies, then you need to be able to include all of the code in each one of these snippets at a time. And that right now is not quite doable. Why? Because even though the Sketch engine allows you to pack a library, it doesn't yet allow you to pack multiple libraries all together. So that is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be looking a little bit into the Sketch engine, not Sketch.sh by itself, but if you go into the repo, nice one. We have the engine here, which is much less popular, but it's a nice piece of work. And inside of its source, it has a packager module, and this packager module essentially has one file that will orchestrate running around and finding all of your dependencies and turning each one of them into a bundle of JavaScript using JS of OCaml. This is very straightforward code. You read it and it does what it's saying. It's quite an imperative style of OCaml, so that's also interesting to consider if you've mostly written very functional or very immutable OCaml or reason. Then this would be like, okay, I need to think things twice. Like the verbosity is actually somewhere global, but it's also mutable somewhere here, right? But yeah, besides all of those refactors that are not necessary yet, what we want to do is make sure that whenever you specify a list of packages, which as you may be able to tell from, or not perhaps, from scanning the arguments, right? I lost track of that sentence. What I meant is that when you call Sketch, right, with a bunch of packages, right, it should be able to put all of them together in a single JavaScript file rather than multiple of them. And that's sort of what we need to do. And if I'm not mistaken, actually, Koa, if you allow me to go into our personal chat. Yes. Somewhere here, among all the other things that we talked about, there are like very straightforward instructions that you left me for what we needed to do. Yeah, you're writing now. Okay. Jump to present. Oh, he's online. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Do you wanna paste some of those instructions in the Twitch chat, or do you wanna do it over Discord? I don't mind either way. What's Control U? Oh, it's view source. Yeah, that would have worked here. Stream within a stream. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna set up the environment here. Oops, no, this is me making changes to the script. I encourage you to give it a shot. You'll find yourself confused, as I am. And where is it? The engine. Okay, there. Cool. So I'm on a branch called packager, and I seem to have made some outputs in here. Right. So the goal is to be able to run, build, install, default, binaries, and then sketch packager, and then say, I can't come up with any other dependency. Let's say odoc, I don't know, odoc, and this should output a just one single JavaScript file that has all of the dependencies that odoc needs. Is that correct? Awesome. I'm gonna make this smaller as well. So okay, can you do that on the chat of Twitch so I can keep the terminal on my laptop? Great. Woo. Awesome. Okay, so let's do work. And what we need to do here is list all dependencies. Right, first, so on. This would be like our algorithm. And then we need to find all the CMA files. And then we need to bundle them into another CMA file. And then we need to run JS of OCaml on the bundle. Like literally, this is web hacking OCaml files. Look at that, awesome. All right. Now to do this, we can take the currently working packager RE code. Oh, there's still more instructions. Did I miss anything over here? So when we list all the dependencies, we get the depths.json file, right? That has the format, and in case you're wondering what the hell are these people talking about, if you check a few streams back, I actually went through this code and we analyzed what it did and what the outputs were and whatnot. So then we have something like bstock, which is a dependency, right? And then this has a list of, like this, odoc, and the command liner. And then find all the CMA files. We can do that with a OCaml find. And we can query. So for each one of these packages that we have here, right? So doc and command liner. We want to query for bytes. Yeah. That means we're going to find a bunch of CMA files. If I'm not mistaken, we can try these things out, right? I already have in the past. So if we try to find the dependencies of odoc, right? We can say predicates byte. Oops, that's predicates byte. And we will get the path to the library, assuming that it has any byte files. If we add the -r flag to it, it will do it recursively, so it will do dependencies of dependencies. I think this is not showing us what's really going on. So if we do LWT, for example, which is another library, then you see that it depends on bytes and it also depends on results. And the reality is that when we do add the A format to this thing, then it will show us exactly where the file, the compiled bytecode of this library is. So essentially, right, if we know a library, if we know that the library we want to use is LWT, right, then running this thing, this command that we have here, will give us a list of all of the code that we need to bundle together, right? And then we can run OCaml C, and then we can run OCaml C to bundle all of this code into a single CMA file. I think CMA stands for Caml archive. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we can just say, please make an archive out of this, and then we can just put the result of the query above, caml find. Actually, I'm just going to reuse that. Caml C, archive. Oops, my bad. Accidentally remove the command. And we can say the result will be our LWT complete CMA. Boom. And now we should have a file here called LWT complete. It has all of the bytecode we will ever need to run this thing. However, the CMI doesn't actually, the CMA file doesn't have the compiled interfaces for any of this, which means we will need to compile those too. But we can do those fairly simply as well. As you can see from all of the commands that Koa is shoving at us in the string chat, there is one in particular that goes I format instead of A format. And if you run this one, you'll see that it gives you a bunch of paths that you can use for essentially telling the compiler, OCaml C, where to find the interfaces for these modules. Which it's interesting. We can run JS of OCaml, right? Oops, let me just remove that. But it will need us to give it a bunch of options, right? And some other things. If we go to help, you'll see that we need to give it the directories where it will find its include files, and those are the ones that come from this command. But also it will need to receive the name of the files, CMA files. And I don't remember where that was. But let's assume that it's just like that. So we should expect a file called lwt complete.cma or an error. And we have both the CMA and the JS. And if I'm not mistaken, this is what Koa wants us to be able to do in a very nice way. Why do we want to do this? So that then in your project, wherever it is, you can just do sketch packager, right? And then you can say like, I don't know, dot or build or my package name. And then this will give you a file called mypackagename.js that then you can give it to, yeah, I got it, yes. But then you can give to Sketch.sh so that it builds that up. It bundles that, and you can use your own code in your own examples, which is awesome. I'm so excited to get this up and running. All right, so we know what we have to do. I'm just gonna copy some of the history of the things that we did on here. On the left, so we don't keep track of the work that needs to be done, right? And honest to God, like the first iteration of this could just as easily be a shell script that we put somewhere. But while we're here, we might as well, make it good. By that I mean we can make it in Reason. So these are essentially the two commands that we need to run, right? And we need to run this one in the middle, the one that finds dependencies, for each one of the dependencies that you have. So for example, if we were to do this with JS of OCaml, then those are the dependencies that we have. If we were to do this with Manure, I don't have Manure installed. Dune has no dependencies. Oh my god. Maybe no byte dependencies. We can do this with, I don't know what other packages I have. OCaml, show. This. Yeah. OCaml format, for example. Dune. No, what am I doing? Dune. OCaml format. OCaml format only depends on itself. I don't know, there has to be a dependency here that has a lot of stuff. Recent, okay. Recent has to have a lot of, yes. I am counting on recent having a lot of things. Yes, there you go. Okay. So essentially, what we're trying to prove here is that if you get all of this in A format, so all of the CMAs or CMOs, then as long as your dependency or your project has all of the dependencies properly specified together, then we should be able to make one OCaml file query and boom, get everything that we need to package it to JavaScript. So as another example, and just before we get into the code, if we do that, and then we do JS OCaml, ooh, this is taking a while. Thanks, dude. Glad you like it. Okay, so actually one more thing. I know you're online co-op. I want to ask you, if after we do this and we have the JS file, how can we check that it works to include it? You mean I guess I could just try to run it, or so this is supposed to be JavaScript. Of course, it's gonna look insane. I wonder if Dan Abramov can read this. So Kawhi is saying that we can just drop this into an embed test. Sure, I'm banned from Twitch for sending too many messages. Come on. Okay, no worries. Okay, so there's a folder inside of tests. I can take a look at this one. Right, that makes sense. Yeah. So the build file actually needs to be executed inside of an environment. Is that what you're saying? Test engine. Cool. I'm gonna go on Discord so I reach you faster. So now that we have the JS file, how can we test that it works? Oh, you're testing it. Okay, cool. Um, Never test dependencies in Node. Hey, you said something about there's a test that runs in Node. Right. Okay. So if we include the top level flag, then it will have everything we need. All right. So let's go back to the LWT one. And does that mean that now we can open this file somewhere? So embed. I guess the missing link I have here is how do you bootstrap the JS of OCaml environment in a regular HTML file? So when I import this file in the script, right? Open it, and of course this is going to go to. When I open this thing, it still says that it's missing the create file. Camel create file undefined. Huh? Why too? But I do have that. Unless the flag is wrong. JS of camel help top level. No, that's fine. Compile a top level. Cool. So how do we load this new file into a browser and make it awesome? Okay, brilliant. So the package, perfect. Okay, now I get it. So your embedded script somewhere will scan the URL for a package, and you'll be able to put in a package in there. You know what? For testing purposes, I'm actually going to save this embed HTML file somewhere. So repos, and this should be sketch engine, and then it should be embed. That way I can reference the package locally and run and put anything in the value and so on. Cool. So if I close this thing now and I open the file, where was it? Embed. Now I just need to give it the program. And the package. And the program is going to be the same URL. Hopefully this will handle file URLs just fine. LWT complete.js, and the value is going to be, is it base64 encoded? Great. Let's do that one last bit. And if we get everything working, people, then we can, some function name. Let's call this bootstrap. Yeah. Oh my God, we're gonna have the first invitee, the first guest on the show. Everybody, give a big and warm round of applause for Koa as I start a video call. There we go. That's me, by the way. You've never seen my face before, but now you do. I'm gonna close the camera. It's annoying. Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me? You probably can hear me twice. I think you should mute the stream. Also, your microphone is muted, just in case. Interessant. Alright, so this actually works, but I can't serve it from there. So I'm gonna just use serve in my favorite port. Embed HTML, and then as the package, I'm just gonna go HTTP, localhost 2112, and this would be LWT complete.js. Oh, I'm missing some other files. That's okay. I can copy those too. Sources, show me the files. No, why? Come on, browser. Do you seriously think I wanted to open that file? Infuriating. Save us, just the same name. There. And we can do the same with this stuff. Cool. So if we refresh, boom. What? Am I missing another file that you have there, Koa? So mysteriously being importing from somewhere. Source network, all data. Yes, we have a worker file. Everybody, look at that. I'm gonna save this file somewhere. Package loaded. That means that we should have LWT here then. Unbound module LWT. Okay. Oh, both. Oh, that's weird. If you turn Twitch off, then you should get Discord voice, and it should be good. That I can promise. Unlike LWT. Huh. So I'm guessing that the nomenclature that you're using for the functions here, sketch private and then LWT, actually matters. Hmm. Sorry about that. I'm recovering from a streptococcus. I need to pause for a second to blow my nose. Okay, I'm back. So my thinking is we need to actually open up this package at some point somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. I would have expected I would have expected it to be there by default, since the embed files should do something with it. But let's take a look at what embed does. System styles, blah 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 blah. We don't care about that. And then it has an embed app. Okay, so this is going to be terrible. I don't have an embed files folder. I have everything there. Cool. Yes, on Twitch. Happy to Twitch. Pum, 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 pum. Okay, so essentially so far we managed to package the whole of the LWT package and all these dependencies, right, as a JavaScript file, which is great. And we can bootstrap it with the sketch private LWT function. However, for some reason we haven't. So I wonder if it's available here. Is it available? Huh. Right, but if it's loaded in the worker, then does the file name have anything to do with it? Is he using the file name to know what the name of the function it should trigger is? Okay, so we need to fix that too then. So if we go into LWT complete JS, then at the very end of the file, we should do sketch. Cool. So now if we refresh this thing, then LWT wait. Okay, now it actually failed. Nice. Oh, what am I doing? Self? You mean this? Yeah, that's what I'm running. Yeah, you mean this. Good. Cool. Still fails, but now it says cannot read property 2 of undefined. What? No, but that's what I did. Sketch private LWT. Self. Okay, I'm very interested in where self comes from. I guess that's part of the worker. Either way, either the compilation step that we have here is wrong, right? Yeah, I got that. Either the compilation step is wrong, or there's something wrong with this library. Yeah, I think so too, but it continues to fail. Well, I guess now I could just use your own code because the browser, yeah, I could just go to Sketch.sh, embed. There might be something wrong with the files that I copied over. I mean, the worker's gonna try to fetch this thing. Yeah, script error. Yeah, that could be it. I think I read in the worker code that you're using JSU 3.3 point something. 330. Is that the one you're using? And I'm using OCaml C 4061. Awaiting confirmation. Okay. All right. I mean, we could assume that the library doesn't work. Oh, 469 for SE. No fucking clue what that is. Huh. Apparently someone hosted us for 2 viewers. I don't know what that is. But thank you, Connor Wright Kappa. Awesome, awesome. Okay. So I'm gonna go with this library is actually not working, and I'm gonna do that by compiling a different one and trying that one out. One that I know that would work fairly straightforward. That doesn't have any dependencies that are odd or very low level. Great. All right. I need to. Sorry, my bad. My bad. I was trying to run the different command, the OCaml C1. This one. Command liner, and then somewhere beyond there. There you go. And command liner. Boom. So now if we run this one, we should have a file called commandliner.js. But of course that JS is wrong. It should include the wrap function. So we can call this a command liner, and then we can go all the way back. Yeah, minor version should be okay though. Okay, so for this one we actually will need the CMIs. And I guess I will need to find the CMIs for the dependencies. So if I do a camel find query command liner recursive, oops, and then I do I format. No, I just wanna what? Why? Could it be that they depend on bytes and results, and that's why it breaks? From the list of books. Oh wait. What? Why? One sec. I found something interesting. So the command that we run, it has OCaml find that, but it also has OCaml find query predicates byte a format, and then it says the output should be lwt.div.js. There's something odd, something fishy. So on the left we see that we have the JS of OCaml with the top level and wrap with functions, but we put the output of both of those things in here, and then we go. The output should be this thing. Predicates a format. No, sorry. Now I'm confused. So essentially, this is this, right? And if we do the I, then we get this thing. Right? I'm gonna break down into lines so it's more obvious, and then we can just paste the command. Yes, everybody gets to see my paths. And then we have an output, which is lwt.data.js. And then we want to run JS of OCaml. And then we want to copy those things. These two things. Right? Like that. But I've seen in Packager there's a list of files that we don't want to include. And this list includes UChar, result, and bytes, which makes me think that we need to remove this thing from here. We need to not include it. And if we do that, then this builds. All right. So now that it's built, then maybe we can run it. Refresh the page. I don't see any errors yet. It's taking a long time. Return unit. Go. The module is unbound, and that's because I forgot to add the thingy at the end. And if we put the thingy at the end with self, and then we refresh the page, we get a script error. Yeah. I mean, result has been there since 403. So, but I don't know why we need the rest. Honestly, okay, something that's bugging me a lot right now is that I don't have any visibility into what the errors are inside of the worker. Can you help me out there? Is there anything that you know that could help me debug what the hell's going on in the worker? Oh, okay, no R flag. Is that something you want to do now, or? Okay. I guess the default syntax is reason. Well, we have this CMIs, yeah. Yeah, we do have something in there, which is interesting. Tells me that maybe Oh yeah, I've already done that. I've done that already. Yeah. Mm, mm. I can try switching to 4061. 24601. I mean, I could do a switch. Could you help me check what the version does SE use? Oh wait, this took a long time. It just said package loaded. Oh. Yeah, still didn't work. Yeah, okay, I can go back one little bit. Alternatively, it would be very nice if in the embed package you could specify what version of the runtime you want, so that it loads the appropriate version of Jisu there as well. We default to something sensible, but otherwise, no, no worries. That's why I am writing to you directly here, because I write, yeah. If only we could just load the module and see that it works. Absolutely. What is it? Bootstrapping SE. SE install. Yeah. Yeah, I have that. So I've actually run install in the past, and everything should be installed already. Hmm. Maybe I should use SE shell. Point to the SE environment. Okay. Cool. So yes, if I do SE shell, then after a while, then my OCaml C version should be 407 41. OCaml version in SE. All right. I'm gonna get out of here. Oops, sorry. So let's just run everything else that we run again. No, did I lose all of the commands? No, of course I didn't. But now I need to redo them here. So let's look for all of the files. Right. SC, all of this crap, and then SC, all of this other crap over here. So if, in case you don't know what it is, SC is this very nice tool that encapsulates build environments and gives you an NPM-like flow for working with native Reason and OCaml. So we're just going to do SC, and then here we need to do OCaml find. Yeah, I'll do that in a second. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Right. So this should now run SC compiler, Sketch shell, OCaml C version. There we go, that's the stuff. So you should compile the file again and then try to build it into a JavaScript module. Good. So the only thing I need to do now is go into the Sketch JSON file and add LWT as a dependency. This should be fast enough. Awesome. So if I run it again, it still doesn't find LWT. What the hell? LWT? No. What is this? What did it do? Oh my god, this is completely new to me. Must be a new feature of Tmux. Window in window? Just get me out of here. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'll try that again. SC add OCaml LWT. Yeah. And now we can do SC sketch install. Cool. So now we can just run this again, and it still doesn't find the module. What the hell? Come on, SC. It's probably not SC's fault anyway. So SC OCaml find query LWT finds nothing. Why? Gotcha. So SC is going to be really SC sketch. And it's running! Finally, we have done it. So a question for you, Koa. Should repackager, no repackager actually run? Is he? Or how does it get wrapped in the right environment? I guess SE does that. Damn, compilation going on. Brilliant, right. But as a user, how the hell do I install packages? Sketch package. Or is that for later? Okay, good. That sounds good. You should check out Boss for the basic scraps we were rewriting. Alright, while LWT compiles, I'm gonna go get some more water. Did you? Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks, Go, for that. I completely forgot. Muting for a second. And then back. I'm also eating some cheese. Nice. Anyways, so I made some small changes to the script that I couldn't speak over. The first one is that I changed the instances of LWT with just a variable. And the second one is that there was a bug when we were calling OCaml find, we need to pass xargs so that it's just one line and it gets inlined properly. So now we have this little script that you pass the variable name, LWT there, and it just gives you the lib file out, right? lib.js, which is it's alright. Am I mute? No, I'm good. I think I'm good. Am I mute? I think I'm good. Can you hear me? We just need to do the final manual step. So if I reload this file, we just need to call sketch private and then just pass self in there. So now we should be able to. What? No sounds on Twitch? Nice. All right. So now we have the new package and we can just refresh this thing. And I'm going to copy these commands. And refresh. And it should load a new library that's compiled. And still an error. Why would we have an error? That is so annoying. So I'm going to remove the library and I'm going to build it again. And I'm going to add this line to the end. So if I just reread this file, then it shouldn't have it. And then it has it. And I'm going to refresh. It is also possible that the file is being cached by the browser. But no, still an error. If we read the CMIs are loaded, then we will see that we have LWT here. But hey, let's just call this. Look at that. Oh, so close. Let's try something else. It did this. It did something there. When I tried to call return unit, then it said, "Oh, this actually isn't. This is not a function." And then I said return unit, right? Let me just put the semicolon there. Damn it. There you go. And he said, it took a while. Oh, I guess it's not going to evaluate that beyond the first error. So after I commented this out, then it says that there is undefined global. Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you the shell script minus the line numbers. This should be good. return unit. I wonder if the top level rules like. Okay, look, dude, this is someone working. Like I can see all the functions in the module here. If I call show LWT, then I see all the stuff. So what happens if I call return with a unit? Yes, the CMIs right there are good. Exactly. You know what? I'm going to put this on the slide so I can keep the chat open. But the CMA okay, there isn't such a thing as a CMA. Cool. Yep. Can watch them later. I'll be saving them, and I think just publishing them later. Later on. Did people say anything here? No, they ignored us. Nope. That is okay. So, what do you think could be the problem? Nice. So I'm guessing that there's error with the script, but I honestly can't tell much more. Do you think we could try to have an error inside of the worker so that we could, I guess I could modify the worker. No, I can't anymore because I don't own this code. Is there any way of running the embed setup locally? That way at least I can put some breakpoints in the browser. Oh wait. I think I know what the problem is. I'm calling OCaml C and I don't see LWT there. So when I do SE OCaml find query LWT predicates find a format, shouldn't I see? No, okay. Sketch. Yeah, I should see LWT there as well, but it's not. Huh. This is the query, right? This is exactly what I just run. No. And when I exarch this, then I get, of course, damn it. Damn it. It's the other way around. You exarch at the end. You pipe all the way through. But you exarch at the end. Alright. Run again. Then it makes some more sense. Refreshing. Yeah, still errors. Okay, so in order to run this thing, we're gonna have to run it and debug it. We're gonna have to go to the Sketch.sh repo, and then here, I have no idea how to bootstrap this thing. Let's hope make does the right thing. Make didn't do the right thing. Sketch.sh sh frontend repo. Okay. We file open the README. Save that it's in. File open the package JSON. There is someone. Yes, I need to go into the client. Okay, it's done. Yeah. Here we are working with Koa, hundreds of thousands of billions of nanometers in the middle. Oh, you're using the let anything PPX? Cool. Dude, so many dependencies. What's going on here? Are you downloading npmjs.org? I made some changes to it, but go on. Hmm? And it works? Okay, so the script is fine, the problem is the library, and maybe it makes sense. Okay, alright, so at least we know what we need to do. Well, I'll just let this run over here. I wanna hack on that later. That's a lot of point. We close everything and we open work. Yeah, damn it, I forgot to save that file. And of course, because I didn't give it a name, we don't have doesn't matter. We have this one. So this is essentially what we need to do. Truth be told, what we wanted to achieve today, we have, which is great. But we want this thing to be a nice small recent program. So let's take this source and go into the packager RE. And make some changes. So I'm not gonna refactor this module. I would like it to be a proper CLI tool. Like, I mean, there's no such a thing as a proper CLI tool. Forgive me for using that word, but I'd like it to be built with command liner, since it will give you all of these usages much more helpfully, and we'll get all the argument parsing for free. So we can just focus on the things that we need to do, but we don't need to do this now. We can do that sometime later. What we do need to do now is change how build lib works, right? So somewhere around here, we need to first build a temporary file, which will be the CMA that has everything. So yeah, I mean, assuming that we have found, oh, but we don't need any of these things. All of the build planning that we had before, and these are the comments that I mentioned to you. We actually don't need any of this. So, Koa, give me one good reason for us not to scrap half of the script and just make packager.re essentially do the same thing the script we shared does. Hmm. Do we need packager.re to continue to support the things that it supports now? Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So we're gonna do the sensible thing. We're gonna take a look at where we called scan arcs at the beginning. I'm gonna take everything else. I'm gonna say bye. Boom. I'm gonna leave the new instructions up here. Oops. That come from the SH. And essentially we want to get the head of the tail, which would be the name of the package. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna put this the other way around. Turn it into, actually, if we know that it's gonna be, yeah. What? Isn't this the way SE works? Oh, nice. I don't get any. Interesting. Okay, so it appears that I think the order is the other way around. What is this nightmare? No! Give me back my shell! You top. What? Oh, OCaml switch 4060. There you go. This is RB. It's a string array. An array that gets an array. So the thing that we had before is good. Yeah. So SE sketch build. Huh. Okay, I guess SE sketch should be doing the thing it should be doing. On line 28. What on earth is going on? argv is there, and array.get. No, okay, I am an idiot. That's confirmed now. The first thing this get is this argv. Duh. There you go. Oh, but we don't have the module print. Great. Because it's print dead. And we have an open module utils here. We can remove this. Cool. Build default source packager, and we can say LWT or RE. Alright, good. So we have the library name, right? So now we need to get the dependencies, and we can say that essentially we need to run line 3. So we're gonna call this module kind of find, and we say query, and we'll pass in a lib name, which will be a string, and this thing will return us list of strings that we can use. So then we can say, no, I mean, of course we're going to query something, but what do we want here? Query leave recursive find CMAs. CMA. Okay. So let CMAs, it's going to be your OCaml find.cmas of the lib name, which is down over there, and then we're going to have OCaml C. I don't know if yeah. Huh, interesting that none of my tooling that works perfectly fine in the OCaml is working with SE. I wonder why. Now this will be essentially compile, and we need to pass it the name of the library, so lib name, but also we need to pass it the, no, actually, archive, and we need to pass it the list of find query A files, right, and an output. And this will do something there. We can start to chunk the comments in here. C, A, and then do something with that. Files, A files, and then we have the output. CMA. Right, and then this one over here is going to be a OCaml find query, and then lib name, and then R predicates byte A1. But also we'll have CMIs, and this would be Python. So we can also do CMIs, there, and it's up there, yeah, exact same query. So now we can do let a bundle, and this would be OCaml find dot archive, and we'll give it all the CMA files, and we'll give it the lib name for an output. And then we can just say Jizu dot compile. And what does Jizu need? It needs a library name, so we can give it the lib name, and it also needs the CMA file, so bundle, and it also needs the what is it? The list of imports, the CMA, and it needs an output. So far so good. Does this make sense to everyone? Does this make sense to you, Ko? Bundle, CMA is output. Actually, let's go to the archive. The output. All right, so far so good. Looks pretty to me. Looks fairly straightforward. You can see, okay, it does 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the CMAs, you get the CMIs, you build the archive, you compile the thing. And then we can just say printf, done. And the nice emoji for a package there. So first things first, I think that in the utils module, right, you have, so utils, package utils, you have execute, which will, if something is verbose, it will print that it's executing it, and it will do an open process and read the lines and put it out, right? Okay, we can call that right now. So let's do utils dot execute, and here we need to build up the command. So the command is going to be pretty much the same for both, and it should just be a string if I'm not mistaken, right? So we can do verbose false right now. We can refactor the signature later. And the second thing is a command, which is a string. We can put together here. This is reason we should have access to some of the variables and be able to interpolate the string. Out of curiosity, Koa, do you have anything for doing automatic formatting inside of SE? So these are CMI, so it should be an I. And I see that this is getting whatever, that's fine. And then the command that we need to run here, is OCaml C, and then we get, I guess it just returns me a string. So the command that we need to run is -a, and then we do a files, and then we do o, and then we do name.cma. Right? Looks good to me. And then the command that we need to run here is a little longer. Okay, let's do this. But this, as everything is stringly typed, so it should be okay. Div name, we have a top level. CMIs are here, the archive here, and we have the output lib. Okay. So if we run SE Sketch, some errors, line 5. Type string list. Okay. So command does, okay, so, alright, that's fine. I can live with that. We can just put everything in here. And it really doesn't matter because we're concatenating everything. We might as well just make it a single string. Okay, well. I think this would be a little easier to read. You tell me if it's if you like it or not. Going to Discord. Gotcha. Yeah, I normally just use Merlin. Looks like a chart. And of course, same thing switch here. You can't see, and we say A, and hey, here's the files, and we say O, and we say A. Here's the extension. And of course, over here, we'll do JS of camel. Put this in there. And then we'll just add top level. And throw in the rest of the strings. Tedious work, but whatever. It's almost done. Okay, save, build, line 20, unbound name, and this should be output. Cool, and then we have that we don't have an OCaml find archive, which is, this is OCaml C. And then we have the packager, line 51, compile. Has what? Why was lib name a channel? Am I reading the right message? Line 51, 38. There isn't something called output. Oh, of course. Right. Why would it be something called output? This doesn't make sense. This is just lib name. Almost there. So now compile doesn't need to take the output. We can ignore this. Boom, it's built. And yeah, I mean, are you using these utilities anywhere else? No? Well, okay, my pet peeve is completed. So, alright, I'm just going to reformat that file and open a PR so you can take a look at the code and we can run it a few times. So, add source, packager, and this. And then we can commit this, and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not sure, whatever. And then we're just going to hide everything else. Cool. So if I go log, do I have any commits? Yeah, I have a function, the commit build function. Okay, that commit doesn't apply anymore. That's fine. And I can say let a packager bundle multiple libraries together. No, fully package a library and a library with its dependencies. So now if we run sc sketch packager, right? We do LWT. Isn't it this way? How do you execute this thing? Never mind. Yay, we're done. The required program is missing. Interesting. So let's add this global variable again, just to build and test. So this run the query for RE, getting the A and getting the A. And if you don't mind, I think my problem is that when I call this thing, I do not add my new lines. Bad. You should have done that, Leandro. Which is strange, because right, calling OCaml C and compiling the thing doesn't actually give you the result back. So we're gonna make this thing return result like a bundle file or CMA. It's gonna be output. So you get the name of the output back. Again, not in love with this, but it will do the thing. It will do the thing. So now we can do some nice things like begin build library. Library there. This would be the found dependencies. Will package together the following depths. So remains. Oh, that looks terrible. Just disgusting. Jesus. I guess we could run a camel farm query to see what dependencies it has, but I don't want to see that. I just want to see the names. Anyway, okay, this was me trying to be nice to people. Ba-da-ba-ba. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, precisely. We forgot that part. Which makes me think: does JSU let you write things on? If I write this without an out and I say what, will stuff appear in what? No. Can I do S to the out? So what I'm thinking is we have this name, the name of the library, right? So that we write the file down, right? It would be stupid, but we could read it back in and then just run a simple string replace because we already know. Well, I guess we could just write this down as well, same file afterwards. Auto bootstrap, and then we'll leave name. Yeah, okay. So we'll take the utils and we'll see if we have write file sync. Maybe stat is directory. Should we run this thing to save package name? Okay, so I'm gonna focus on the one thing now, which would be adding sketch private and then live name self at the end of the file. And the crappiest thing I can do right now is, do you have a read file sync somewhere? Have execute. Right. It doesn't know where Merling is. If we get an exception with end of file, I think it's name, then we just return accumulator and just need to reverse it. And we need to, what's the string? Concat. Yeah. But as long as we have a line, we just add the line to the accumulator. and continue consuming. Very straightforward. So we will do content. Oops, why do we need content there? We don't. Yeah, and then we need to close the channel and then we can return content. Yeah, I just didn't want to rely on us running on Unix, but I guess that would do as well. Good call. Thanks for simplifying my life. So utils execute, and then we'll do your rows here, and we'll just do, what is it called? Echo. And we need to keep that there. Now I don't know if the pipe is gonna work. Sorry, this magic. Guess we'll figure it out. So line 60. Can ignore the output of that. Okay. Ready? Built. Let's run. So now if we do tail 1 for, boom, it's there. Dude, it worked. It was great. So now we can just remove these things here. And I think that we can ignore the internal implementation details. All right. Everything still builds. Everything still runs. Cool. Oh, right. I don't have access to push branch. Wait a second. I can fork. Yeah, I guess I can. Fork. Let's rename this to Sketch. All right, BR opened. This took a lot longer than we expected it would, but we have something that does the work. Now I just need to run reformat. How the fuck do I run reformat? In place, and then source packager. Did that work? Yes. Nice. Hopefully this will be clear enough for anyone taking a look at the file to just go like, oh, this is what's going on. And I guess it's a start. We can make it better later on. So yeah, my time here is due, very, very due. I had plans like half an hour ago and I had to push them a little longer to be able to finish this because I wanted to finish it. And now it's finished, or I mean, the MVP is finished. So yeah, thanks a lot, Koa, for helping me out through this. Thank you so much for making Sketch.sh and trying to make it a nice tool that we can all collaborate on. Then again, if you're on the stream and you're looking at this and you go, what the hell is Sketch.sh, just go to Sketch.sh and you'll find out this amazing interactive RC007 sketchbook that also works with OCaml syntax. And very, very soon we'll let you embed it automatically or very, very cheaply into all of your documented libraries, letting you have examples that use your libraries right there in the same place, which is sort of amazing. And yeah, thanks everyone else who participated in the stream and sent messages. Thank you so much, Conor Wright Kappa, for hosting us. I didn't even know that we could do this hosting thing in Twitch. Again, if you are on Twitch, follow me, take a look at the schedule, the events that we'll be having soon. If you go to events over here, you'll see that we have a few more planned, and I'll be adding more as time goes on. The next one is tomorrow. We're going to be talking about asynchronous and parallel programming on Reason, and there's going to be a bunch of LWT stuff and mproc. Let me just make this bigger. I should give a really big shout out to Juan Montero and also especially to Antron for the work he's been putting on LWT, and also Reason for the work that he puts on mproc. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Follow. Leave a message, let me know if the video quality is good, if there's anything that you'd like to change, if the content is alright for your level, or if you think that it's too slow or too fast, just let me know and we can figure out a middle ground. And stay reasonable. Yes, this has been Reasonable Coding, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye!